Good evening, folks, and thanks for watching another Glenn Maney Talk with Chelsea. And what an evening it is! Tonight it was Chelsea 2, Atletico Madrid 0, and what a performance! I must admit, first 10 minutes I was a little bit worried. They really came at us, pressed very hard, and there were a few negatives that I'd written on my notes that we gave the ball away a few times, but the passing got better, the confidence got better, and really, apart from the penalty claim, which I I don't agree, I still think it wasn't a penalty. I think the initial contact was just outside the box for a start, and I think the hand went across the front, but really, a penalty, enough force to bring him down, a hand in front of him. And the way he went over, that's why the penalty wasn't given, because of the theatrical way that he went over. So I know a lot of people disagree with me, particularly supporters of other teams, and I have seen them given, yeah. But I didn't think it was as stonewalled as some of them was making out. Just my opinion, obviously. So apart from that, the João Felix shot at the end that Mendy made a good save from, and another João Felix shot in the first 10 minutes. They didn't really offer a lot, did they? It was funny Suarez had to go off because really Rudiger, he gave him hell tonight, and it was lovely to watch. Proper physical presence. Reminded me of Doug Rugby, but with skill. It was unbelievable performance. It really, really was. We pressed. We hunted in packs. We looked dangerous. We looked like we were going to score, which we haven't always done since Tuchel's been in, and in the last few games under Frank. Werner was unlucky. That was a good effort. It was a good save from Oblak, actually, that bounced out for a corner, because that could have gone anywhere. So yeah, let's. I'm going to keep it brief tonight because I've got a bottle of wine waiting for me. Didn't win me bet. I had 1-1, 1-0, and 2-1. I'll be honest with you. A minute ago, 3-0 up one aggregate. I thought, God, I hope they sneak one, and then Mendy goes and saves it. But there you go. We had Mendy in goal, which I'm gonna score them as I go along, because I'm gonna keep this brief tonight. Mendy is going to get an 8 from me. Didn't have that much to do, but what he did well. 2 poor bits of distribution, but he was under pressure. But always on the ball. A couple of decent saves. One deflected save in the first half was better than I think it looked. And then that at the end, he looked in command. He looked calm. And it scares me to death sometimes when he's got that ball and he's looking for where to play it. But yeah, he obviously knows what he's doing. So yeah, Mendy gets an 8. And the right, we had Reece James. Started off first 10 minutes a bit shaky, but I think that's because they were pressing him so hard. But grew into the game. Always made himself available. Defensively did well. Did okay go forward. I've got in the first 10 minutes a couple of balls that only hit the first man. I thought William was back, but no, he grew into the game as well, and I'm going to give Reece James an 8. Then we had Zuma in place of Christensen, who was ill. Zuma, good in the air, battled well. Oh, sorry, I forgot Aspie. Capitano Aspie, couple of great blocks. All right, got away with one on the penalty. Good captain's performance. Got forward well, put a couple of good balls in, but defensively sound as a house. And Aspie gets an 8 as well, as does Zuma next to him, who I thought was excellent, faultless really. And then over to Rudiger has really shoved it right up me. And tonight, what a performance! What a performance! He's right up there. He was right up there in contention for one of the man of the match. He proper sorted Suarez. He got forward. He had a blinding shot, and he just wide. He had one not so good one that took another satellite out. But what a great performance! Good defensive performance. Oh yeah, they're sending off. Yeah, Rudiger did make a proper meal of it when Savic elbowed him. But do you know what? They've been the master of dark arts for years, so it didn't affect the score. So do you know what? That adds even more to Rudiger's score. I'm going to give Rudiger a 9. Alonso was okay. Always made himself available. I'll tell you what I did like. We lost the ball. And probably 10 minutes to go. Lost the ball. He went forward to make himself available up in there in the last third of the pitch. We lost it, and do you know what? He ran back like you wouldn't believe. I was watching him and I thought, I wonder if that's because Frank Lampard gave him that rollicking and fell out with him. I wonder if he actually learnt something out of that, because fair play, he got back. Didn't think he was as prolific going forward, but he done okay. And Alonso is going to get a 7.5 from me, because I just think a couple of times when he was through, he could have had a shot. Alonso gets a 7.5 from me. Might be being a bit unfair of him, but I just think he can do even better. Now, the midfield. Kante and Kovacic, they were top notch tonight. Kovacic gets a 9.5 from me. He put a proper shift in. His footwork was excellent. Some of the 1-2s round a player. Always trying to be offensive. I think his shackles are off when he hasn't got Jorginho with him, because he knows that Kante would always get behind him and cover for him. I thought Kovacic was excellent tonight. And so little Kante, you're going to hear something now that you very, very, very rarely hear, as those who watch these know. Kante gets a 10 from me tonight. A 10. That little man was everywhere. And for all those that wanted to sell him in the summer at 30 years old, I think it's check up from the neck up time, isn't it? My God, I thought they were mad then, and watching that tonight, I bet there's some humble pie being eaten. While I'm having my wine, that humble pie must be going down a treat. Havertz looked lively tonight, I must admit. Some of his touches are absolutely beautiful. He put a shift in, got back defensively. Thought he should have scored with a header, but some of the touches and some of his movement was absolutely lovely. And for that reason, Havertz gets an 8.5 from me. Ziyech. Oh, do you know what? After half an hour, I had him scored at about 4 or 5, and he pops up and scores a goal. He gave the ball away. And after he scored, obviously it gave him a bit of confidence, and he improved dramatically. He had a lousy shot with his right foot, or was it a cross with his right foot, and I just put really weak right foot, needs to practice. This is a bloke that cost 34 million. Ziyech scored a goal, didn't he? I'm going to give Ziyech 7 tonight. 7, because he can do so much better. He did try a bit harder than he has done lately, but he's just been so poor lately. And he's got to have so much more in his locker. He's got to have a couple of decent balls, and he scored. So yeah, he gets a 7. Little Werner gets Little Werner. He's probably bigger than me. Little Werner gets an 8.5 from me. Obviously, set up the goal brilliantly, always available, put a shift in defensively, run across that line. I thought he was immense. The only thing that he didn't have was a goal. Everything else is there. I won't score the subs. When Pulisic come on, he had a couple of chances he should have done better with. But then he goes runs 50, 60 yards and sets up Emerson for a brilliant finish. So, he needs minutes. The lad needs minutes. Definitely. Callum Hudson-Odoi come on, same as Pulisic. Don't know if they're trying too hard, but there was one there where you'd expect Callum Hudson-Odoi to go another step in, and he just hit it straight at the player. I thought William was back. Poor old William. I actually rate him as well for those that watch these videos. So that was it. Tuchel set up fine, and he's got to get an 8 as well for producing that performance from his team. And it was just generally a good all-round performance. So I'm not going to labour on, but draw on Friday. Looking forward to it. And like the guys on the television said, no one's going to be looking forward to drawing us. I don't want us to draw Bayern Munich, really. Not in the quarterfinals. We'll have them in the final like we had them last time. But if we could avoid Bayern Munich, great. If we get them, I'll still put us in with a shout. But on that performance, we can match it with anyone. But Bayern aside, who I'd like over one game, we'll play any of that lot. That's all from me, folks. I'm off to celebrate. I'm off to crack open that bottle of wine. Okay, speak to you after Sunday's game against Sheffield United, when hopefully we'll be in the FA Cup semi-final, and the week will just got better and better. Oh, I'll tell you what else I did like. Sorry. I loved Silva, Mount, and who was it? I can't remember who the other one was. Up in the stand. Oh, Jorginho up in the stand. They especially Silva. He probably moved more than he does in 90 minutes when he's playing. But that team spirit, it's great to see. That was always the sort of Chelsea sort of hallmark, that we overcome sides sometimes when they were better than us. But we had that spirit. Yeah, it was great to see. Okay, folks, that's all from me. You can tell I'm proper hyped up. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, then please subscribe, and thanks again. Okay, speak to you soon. Up to Chelsea.